G'day, how you going? All right? That's the story. Today, what I want to do is talk to you about 4 potential pitfalls to expect when you're starting your business for the first time, and how to kind of prepare yourself for them. Now, the first and biggest thing that happens to people when they're thinking about starting a business is fear. A lot of people just get completely stopped in their tracks because they've never done this before and they're scared. Scared it's not going to work, scared that they're going to be humiliated if it is a failure, scared of the unknown, some people are even scared of success. So the point is, do not let fear slow you down. Luckily, there are entire libraries of books written about this that can help you overcome your fear. One that I would recommend that's been around for a long time is called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. It's by a remarkable woman called Susan Jeffers. See if you can find it. It's incredibly practical because it basically says you're allowed to feel the fear. So it's not dismissing the fear and saying that it's not a reasonable thing for you as a human being to be afraid of something. It is. It's a survival trait. But what she says is feel the fear, acknowledge it, and then put steps in place to make sure that it doesn't slow you down, because you've got a great idea. You know that you can be really successful with this. You don't want to be doing what you're doing anymore. You want to go and do something else, and don't let fear slow you down. Now, the second potential pitfall is setting unrealistic goals. Because your idea is so great, you think that it's going to be just the best thing, as we would say in New Zealand, since sliced bread, okay? That this is the ultimate bee's knees of all business opportunities and it's going to go like a rocket. Well, that's how I was thinking a few years ago when I first started Businessmentals, because I am an incurable optimist, I have to say. The point is, if you set unrealistic goals, you will be disappointed. Starting a business is hard work. So therefore, you're better off to set small goals that are big enough to matter, but small enough to win. Just let me repeat that. Set goals that are big enough to matter, but small enough to win, because what will reinforce you is the achievement of a series of small goals that act like steps that get you up to the point that you want to get to, okay? The third thing that happens a lot, a pitfall, is the lack of or misuse of whatever capital that you've got. I know businesses that have been launched where millions of dollars has been accumulated from investors. They've actually launched on the stock exchange and they've got a war chest of $100 million and they spend it all on office furniture, planes, etc., and they never produced anything and they just sank without trace, and those investors lost everything. There are real stories, if you go and have a look, about organizations which did that. Now, in your case, as a small business person, you're probably looking at your savings, okay? So as my team around me say, every time I say, oh, I think we should have a really good this or that, this new electronic whizzy thing over here, they say, Steve, stop spending. Stop spending. I go, okay, good point. Because if there is a cheaper way of doing it while you're starting up, you should do the cheaper way. Don't waste your money, don't misuse your capital. And the other really important thing is to make sure you've actually got enough when you start, because if you don't have enough to start with, you'll make nickel and dime decisions and you will never get the impetus and the momentum up in order to be able to move ahead. And then the fourth major pitfall, and this comes back to a thing called research, is ignoring the competition. I love my product so much, I don't need to know what anybody else is doing. My white is whiter than theirs. My fluffiness is fluffier than theirs. My emails are more emaily than theirs. I don't need to go and find out. I know. Well, actually, you do need to go and find out, because you're in a marketplace with thousands of other people like you, and you have to figure out what everybody else is doing in order to work out how to compete with them. Because at the end of the day, you're all going after a very small and endangered species called clients, okay? And if you're ignoring your competition and you don't know how your competition is standing out in order to get clients, then you will be left out in the cold, my friend, and that is not a good place to be. So make sure that you do the research to know what your competition is doing, and how you can best position yourself to be accepted by those clients for what you do and for the wonderful way that you do it. So hopefully those 4 pitfalls, talking about them, has helped you a little bit. So do watch more of our value business videos by subscribing to our Biz Treats, where we will be sending you on a very regular basis essential business tips, some tricks of the trade as it were, and a lot of knowledge to help you in your business journey. There's a link below. We'd love to see you. Click on that and become part of the Businessmentals community. We'll see you later.